Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. I am back with another weekly reading vlog. We're back to the weeklies, at least for now, until I fall behind again or life comes at me in crazy ways. This week, I tell you, has been an absolutely insane week. It's been a stressful week for me. I haven't gotten a whole lot of reading done. It's just been one of those weeks because of different political things happening. Our university has lost a lot of its major funding. There's so many different benefits to working at a private university, but one of the disadvantages is that when you have someone like the current president that can just take away funding like that, our university is scrambling around right now. A lot of our grant funding and our NIH funding has been taken away. We don't know when it's going to come back. We know it'll be at least 2 years before it comes back based on different conversations that I've heard. They've started doing essentially voluntary layoffs. They've approached a gambit of people across the university. I can't even tell you how many people. We've had a ton of people just in our office alone have been approached for what they're calling voluntary separation, incentivized separation, where they're giving them more incentives than you would have if you were to walk away at a normal time. So we're going to be losing a lot of people. Our jobs are probably going to be changing, and it's just a really stressful and crazy time. And so I haven't had a whole lot of reading done. I haven't had a whole lot of much done this week besides stress eating and trying to sleep but not being able to sleep well. It's been a week. But I do have some updates for you all. We're going to talk about the books that I've finished, what I'm currently reading, and what I will be reading next. So, 2 books that I have finished for you this week is The Curse of the Mystery by Janie Wirtz. I finally finished this. I've been reading this one for like months. I finally finished it. This book was just so good. At first, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to like this book. I don't often do well with books that I really have to focus and pay attention to. This one just swept me away. I loved it all. I loved Janie Wirtz's balancing of our 2 main characters. Every time it felt like one was starting to get an upper hand on the other one, she brought the other one up to balance it out, and it was just so well balanced. I will have a full review for that coming soonish. I'm way behind on my dedicated review, so it'll probably be, honestly, a month or 2 before I get that up, but it will be coming. So stay tuned for that. I also, just right before I sat down to film, finished Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. This was recommended, I think, by one of you all that are a subscriber of the channel. I wasn't quite sure at first how I felt. It was a slow start for me. And then I picked up the audiobook to do an immersion read, and I fell in love with this audiobook. This has 2 narrators. January Lavoie is one of them, and another one I forgot to write down. It's a female and a male narration, and they did an amazing job narrating this audiobook. It was, like I said, it was a slow build, but y'all, that ending was wild. This is a type of book, it's a thriller, it's a mystery, it's crazy. But once you get to the end and you see everything laid out, you realize that everything was kind of right in front of you throughout the whole book, and you just didn't realize it because you didn't know what you're supposed to be looking for. I love that kind of feeling, like, holy cow, this was all there all along and I completely missed it. And I was completely surprised by that ending. Even though I shouldn't have been, I was so surprised by it. So those are the books that I finished this week. Let's talk about my current reads. I am currently working on Winds of Strife by Yuri Gutman. This is book 1 in the Dawnless Night series. I am liking it, but not loving it yet. it feels like it's a lot to keep track of for me right now. But I think now that I have Curse of the Mistwraith and Listen for the Lie done, I can focus on these 3 books that I'm currently reading. I had to think about it for a second. Currently only have 3 books going right now, and I think for right now at least I'm going to keep it that way because a lot of these books seem like they need a lot of attention. So this is where I'm at now. I'm also currently in the middle of A Memory Called Empire by Arcady Martin, and this to me is an intriguing story, and our characters so far are very intriguing to me. I'm really interested to see where this all goes. This is my immersion read for right now, and I think that for me that is the way to go. Although there are times where I can do just audio for this, I think I'll get the most out of it with an immersion read. And then the last book I'm currently reading is Sky Full of Elephants by Sabo Campbell. I'm in the very beginning of this book, like chapter 1 or 2, somewhere around there. And all I can tell you about how I feel about this book so far is that I need to read more to find out. And that's kind of the theme for a lot of these books so far, until I get about halfway. Not really positive how I feel about them. We'll see as I make my way through these 3 books how I get on with them. So that brings me to what I will be reading next. Next up is going to be, of course, Mad Ship by Robin Hobb. I've been talking about this for like weeks now, that I'm going to start it next. I'm going to start it next. Well, this is it. Once I finish one of these 3 books, I am diving straight into Mad Ship and continuing my Realm of the Elderlings reading, and I can't wait to see where Elijah Traders goes from here. And the other book that I am determined to start next, after Mad Ship will be the next book, is The Unwilling by Kelly Braffett. I spun my Patreon supporter wheel and it landed on my good friend Sharon, so that led me to a second wheel, a wheel of all the books that Sharon has sent me over the years, and it landed on The Unwilling, and I love that cover. I can't wait to dive into that. I have no idea what that book is about. I added that one to my wish list purely based off of the cover, so I'm so excited to see what it's about. It looks dark and mysterious to me, maybe some dark fantasy. I don't know. I have no idea what it's about, and I can't wait. So that is my weekly reading update for you all right now. Let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite reading moment from this past week? What are you looking forward to reading this most in this next week? As always, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back.